What's cracking, family? It's your brother, cousin, uncle, son, nephew, father, friend, back at it once again on the Crypto Advisor channel, here today to talk to you about, if you read the thumbnail, it's probably going to say patience, but before I even get into patience, I want to talk to you about risk. I've highlighted on this channel before a different type of risk called opportunity cost. Opportunity cost is just basically that value that you lose when you don't do something, right? Like, oh, well, I was going to invest in this, but I invested in something else. Well, whatever you lose from option A when you go to option B, that's opportunity cost. But risk should be balanced out with rewards, right? High risk, high reward. Low risk, low reward. No risk, yeah, you guessed it, no reward. So the interesting thing about that is that you shouldn't just avoid risk. That's never the answer, right? We have to properly manage risk in order to grow, right? Like me, the other day, there was a situation where I had taken a risk and it cost me dearly. It was a simple risk, like my safety glasses were in my truck and I was going to take a ride on my golf cart for a distance, and I took that risk. Instead of turning around and grabbing my glasses, I drove and a bug flew in my eye. At the time I thought I was going to die. I was like, and I fought, and I thought I got it out. Most of it was out or something, I don't know, but my eyes were blurry and I ended up getting conjunctivitis or pink eye. Gross, right? Being totally transparent. But that was a risk that I took. Now I'm not willing to take that risk anymore. I'm not going to do that. It's just I'll just have some goggles on my cart. But we manage risk. We don't run from it, because that's where all of the success comes from. When you're looking at risk in hindsight, well, you'll just see an opportunity. Like, oh, that was opportunity. Opportunity now looks like risk, right? So the goal is to manage the risk, and you got to figure out what your risk tolerance is. And how you do that is, right, like say if you're investing in cryptocurrency, how I manage my risk and understand my risk tolerance is that, okay, I could throw all this money at this coin and it can go to zero tomorrow, right? Well, if I throw $500 at it, I'm okay if it goes to zero. I mean, I'd rather have my $500, but if I threw $5,000 at it, I'm not going to be okay. That's gonna mess with my mood for months, right? So I manage that risk by saying, well, if I were to lose this, or if it goes down in value, I'd be okay with this. So that is how you determine your risk tolerance when investing and stuff like that, right? Now, after you put the money in it and it goes down, because it will, right? You don't cry and say, oh, the value is less than what I put into it and now I want to sell it. We don't panic sell, right? We don't get emotional about it. If you absolutely have to take an action, your best bet would be to buy more, because at one point, right, after you analyze the risk, you decided, hey, I have strong conviction on this investment, and I believe that it's going to go up in the future. And it will. It will definitely go up in the future, right? I mean, you're a smart person. I'm pretty sure you didn't just completely strike out, right? So it's something that will move positively in the future. But what does that take to realize this? Yeah, you guessed it. Patience. You got to be patient. You got to be patient in this market, man. It's going to move and it's going to do what you want it to do. It's just not going to do what you want it to do when you want it to do it, right? It doesn't hear your emotions. It doesn't hear your impatience and then respond in kind, like, oh yeah, well, Visor wants it to go up now, so I think we're gonna go up 30%. Never happened, right? So hold in my convictions, and be patient, right? If I get impatient and I feel like I need to do something, well, I probably just double down on what I already did, right? If it's less, okay, it's on sale now. I like stuff on sale. I'm willing to throw more at it. That's more of a risk. Guess what comes with risk? Reward. So I will be rewarded more, especially if these things are positive, right? It's going to do what it's going to do, right? I'm not going to say everything is going to 1000x, but I'm looking for the stuff that's going to 1000x. I'm looking for the stuff that's going to 100x, right? If it's a 2x and you're sure it's going to 2x, that's a pretty safe bet. Very little reward in comparison to 1000x, but very safe, right? Very little risk in comparison, right? So the risk versus the reward, sprinkle in some patience, and you got a winning combination for investments, especially crypto. So you do your research. After you're doing your research, you develop a conviction, and then you play according to your risk tolerance, right? That's how we do it. But in the interim, you must have patience. The patience is what's going to save you, because you get impatient and you start doing stuff emotionally, it will cost you, I promise you, right? So look here, family, be patient, and I'll see you on the other side. The market dips, right? But we just wait. And the longer you wait, you're going to see more people get shaken out. And then more people get shaken out. And then more people get shaken out. And then the market rewards the ones who are last standing. Doesn't come and pay you just because you paid into it. No. These markets are volatile. And that volatility is what lends to the asymmetrical gains that we can see, right? So be patient, right? Understand your risk tolerance and play accordingly. This is not financial advice, right? It's never financial advice. I'm just here documenting my journey. But as I go through this, I would like to share with you some practical steps that you can take in order to be a better investor or a better walker in the freedom that you are walking in. All right, family. Peace. Love you guys. Pfizer out.